We're going to be going over movement speed and the fastest way to move around the map for those faster clears if you don't have rhythm. But this can be debated as to whether it's faster using rhythm or whether it's this method that I'm about to show you, as I don't have rhythm, so I can't really test it myself, but other people should be able to. Let's hop into this. Now, I got this idea after watching Asian Fyrous' How to Maximize Your Speed and Do It Not Abyss, as they were going over that attack speed does indeed affect your charge speed when you are using your melee weapons. And this got me thinking, if attack speed does work, then if you use a weapon that has attack speed on it, that should make you even faster. So I ran some tests and my ideas were actually correct. Now, to my surprise, after watching his video and looking upon my own demon wedges, I already had those same wedges, if not even more, equipped. And I was doing it instinctively without actually breaking down the math to even know if it would work, rather than actually checking if it worked. It's kind of one of those things where you just go based off of instinct rather than your brain. Yeah, I'm more brawn than brain. Okay, you caught me. Now, I decided to go ahead and take this a step further after discovering I was already doing the most optimal way by trying to use the Jade halberd for that 25% additional attack speed, as well as that 45% extra damage whenever targets are afflicted with bonus effects. Now, what are bonus effects? That's like your spike, smash, slash, as well as your proccing of the hydro, pyro, whatever elemental attack you have. Lo and behold, you are moving at the speed of light damn near with this build, and this is without even using the dash canceling to reset. It's actually faster to just hold it than using the crouch canceling to actually reset, because if you guys don't know, the fastest way to do this would actually be crouch canceling to reset it rather than letting the animation play through. Now, here's what this looks like when you're using the WainWraith instead of the other halberd here. As you can see, it is still pretty fast, but it is just not as fast. And if you guys actually can't tell the difference, well, then here's a side-by-side comparison. And for those of you wondering what the crouch canceling technique is, I'll just go ahead and show you that right here, as you can use this while you're using your basic loop to actually make it even faster. So cue footage. Now, you're probably going to look at this and say, okay, well, what's different? Well, I'm going to go ahead and slow this down here, and as you can see, the character is crouching very slightly, and here's what it looks like in the air. And if you don't actually notice the difference, look at the positioning of how he poses after the end here. It is completely different from when you use the crouch canceling. So that is a minute detail for those of you who can't really see it. And if that is a bit too confusing, then I'm going to show you what it looks like if you're actually crouch canceling properly. As you can see, after I use the spear here, you do see sometimes I'm crouching or you see sometimes I'm standing still. If you are crouch canceling properly, then your character should not actually be crouching at all when you do it. Like, as if you can see here, this is me actually doing it before I actually get to the end of the stop, like here. That is why you'll see me crouching. But if you do the crouch canceling properly, then at the end of your spear thrust, you should just be standing like so. You should not be crouched at all. And this is what you look like if you actually don't crouch cancel at all. He's going to do this little animation with his spear where he kind of swings it a little bit. But if you do it correct, you should be standing up like so as soon as you do it. Now, I do hope that further explained what is some of the quickest movement in the game if you're not using rhythm, or if you're not using the gun float technique. Well, let's be for real here. I'm just going to show you what the gun float technique is, and it's not as fast as the crouch canceling spear technique or just using the jaded halberd. Now, this technique does require you to slide and then shoot your gun and reload to get a cross as shown here. It does look pretty cool, and honestly, when we were in the closed beta, we were all going crazy over this because this was actually just pretty cool to see, because you can do something similar like this in Warframe, but not to the exact degree. Now, this is what the spear canceling does. It's, as you can see, I'm just over that lake in like half the time it took me to float over there. So if you do have rhythm, I do believe you float immensely faster. So she's probably faster than doing the spear canceling. Someone please test that for me. Now that we have some of the quickest movement out of the way, I actually did want to go back to the canceling, the crouch canceling technique. Now, this is not only used in movement, it can actually be used to reset during your neutral attack sigs. Now, most people are probably not going to be using weapons, but I like to swing it around sometimes, especially when I'm doing that mystic maze. It's just fun to watch those numbers stack up. Now, let me go and show you what this resetting looks like when you are attacking. Go ahead and take a look at a couple of these attacks here. Everybody knows how you can shoot cancel or gun cancel, whatever you want to call that. Now, this is how fast he swings, just face without the reset, and this is how fast you can do it when you're shooting. So two different instances of, you know, damage there. Now this is what it looks like resetting with the crouching. And needless to say, you can get pretty creative with this. You could do a couple of SIGs, crouch, you could do the full SIG, crouch, reset, you could do the full SIG, crouch, reset, into slide, cancel, into the whole SIG all over again. So you could actually get pretty crazy with this. And I really would like to see them make weapons a little bit more stronger and not just make it a heavily skill reliant game, because I would like to actually use some of my weapons and some of my ranged weapons as well, but there's just really no need to ever use them because they're never going to do as much damage as my skills. Now, I can see the argument of being, oh, well, the skills are supposed to be stronger. Yes, okay, sure, but not to the point where weapons are just completely useless, because then there's just no individuality and then we're all just going to be building with skill damage, skill range, and attack. There's just no point to the weapons aside from them being a stat stick. So I do really hope that they'll actually change this and make weapons more useful and not just stat sticks at the moment like they are. Now another point that I would like to bring up, since I do have the Proxy Hunter on the screen, is his first ability. If you don't know how it works, it shoots out 2 Lumino blasts that does bonus effects whenever they hit. It's guaranteed to work that way. Now the problem with this ability is the fact that it is strictly linear. It can't actually aim anywhere, and that's a problem, at least to me. It's probably not a problem to most people because you don't play Proxy Hunter, but to me it's actually quite the problem, because oh, I look to the sky and guess what, it's not in the sky, it's still swinging on the floor. And to actually get it aimed to where I want to aim, I have to go out of my way to helix jump and do some Miles Morales crap for it to actually get up. And it's actually a pretty good ability because of the fact that it can go through objects. But the lack of being able to aim it is a little strange. I would like to see them actually implement it so we can use this how we actually desire. Because so far, this is the only character that I have seen like this, and I'm not sure if any other characters that do have a linear attacking ability are linearized to this degree. And if that is the case, I would like to really see some freedom and not restricted, because I don't want to have to jump just to, you know, aim it properly. Not only that, but if I'm helix jumping around the map and the enemy's right underneath me, I have no way to actually hit him underneath me until I slam and then hit him in the face. That is a minor thing, but it is something I wanted to bring to people's attention, because I would actually like for us to band together to, you know, say, hey devs, why can't we aim, basically? Yeah, because no, really, like, why can't we aim this? DNA devs, I need you to get this together, please. And I do actually have some more videos planned out for this week, so be on the lookout. We are going to be posting daily, and happy hunting. Get out of here, guys. That's it for me.